time. We do this every Tuesday. If you haven't seen these before, come in, ask your questions. But today we're going to be talking about all of your big developments that happened during 2025, either the completion of or just the launch of that project. And we'll be talking about some of that projection into 2026 and beyond. But most importantly, everything you're going to want to know when it comes to big Denver developments 2025. We're talking about them today. Eli, my man, what's up, dude?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Like an hour ago, we were actually just filming downtown at 16th Street. We're talking about 16th Street a little bit today. And guys, be on the lookout for that. We've also got a great video coming out this coming Saturday where we are talking about the top 10 questions we got from the entire year of 2025 from clients that moved here to Denver from elsewhere. So if you're considering your move to Denver, if you're in Denver right now and you're looking at staying here but moving somewhere else and you're curious about some things, it's a great video, a ton of great questions that'll be out Saturday.
That's right. That's right. And then again, if you are just joining us in these live videos, we love being able to interact with you guys on here. It's one of our main reasons for wanting to start these Tuesday lives is so that we could just have a more direct connection with our audience. Because I know if you guys are looking to relocate or you currently live in the state and you're just wanting to learn more about it or different areas or what's to come, this live interaction with us is one of the best ways to do it. And personally, we just love hearing from our viewers. So there's like the chat box in there. Feel free to comment where you're coming from, where you're watching from, and any questions that we have as we're kind of jumping into it.
And bring your snacks. If you're coming and you're hanging out live, bring your snacks. I love hearing about everyone's snacks. My family tonight's having noodles and company. My son has been on a buttered noodle with grilled chicken kick. So they're upstairs doing the noodles and company, and I am doing a Prime Bites protein brownie.
There you go.
I've got a you guys know me, my diet sodas, right? 0 sugar cherry Coke.
Hey, all right, perfect. Good choice.
Your comments, enjoy. But hey, let's get right into it. Eli, I know you're excited for this one. It's always fun to just recap an entire year. But more importantly, this also sets us up for next week where we're talking about, kind of the projection moving forward. So this would be a great 2-week live session, Tuesday to Tuesday, on everything that we're going to cover.
100%. So as Will had mentioned earlier, us filming down at the 16th Street Mall, also known as 16th Street now. But this is downtown Denver's big comeback moment with 16th Street fully reopening just this year. Now, this is Denver's, I would say, most famous street, and it was basically in a multi-year reset, pretty much since COVID, when traffic really started buying down, and 2025 is when it officially came back to life, and we are really starting to see foot traffic increase down on 16th Street. And then, Will, before I dive into some of the highlights, you want to paint the picture for what exactly 16th Street is for people that don't know?
I still call it 16th Street Mall. I'm sure a lot of natives are always going to call it 16th Street Mall. No different than like the Broncos Stadium. It's been in Power Field. It's been in Vesco Field.
Yep.
If you're a native, if you're a Bronco fan, it's Mile High. Mm-hmm. That was the name. It's always been the name. People buy it, and they call it in Vesco Field at Mile High. Then they call it in Power Field at Mile High. It's Mile High Stadium, right? 16th Street and 16th Street Mall. And it's amazing. You've got public transportation that goes through the center at a very slow speed, but it is a walkable outdoor mall, similar to like what you're going to see in South Shore with Southlands Mall. It's an outdoor mall. It's very walkable. Only this is just a straight north and south 16th Street. Probably covers 8 to 12 blocks, maybe 14 blocks of just walkable shopping in the heart of downtown. So really cool. How close am I? How many blocks you got there, Eli?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hey.
Boom, right? Hey, it's not always on 16th Street, but you got 16 blocks of shopping.
I didn't know that.
Really cool, really walkable, close proximity to all of your major stadiums downtown. And again, this just needed to be refurbished. You've had a lot of things that were down there. It was great. Unfortunately, COVID just hit a lot of major cities across the entire country. Now that people are starting to get out more, now that we've got post-COVID and et cetera, this was the comeback. This was the rebuild. They've put a ton of money into it. We were down there today. A lot of it looks really cool.
Yeah, so with this, guys, this is a pedestrian-only walkway that connects a huge stretch of downtown. You're going to find tons of condos, tons of businesses, tons of restaurants. 16th Street accounts for 23% of all of Denver's restaurants. So this is a happening place. And back when it was at its glory, I'd say maybe the early 2000s, maybe 2000 to 2010, that is the place where you would go to catch a movie. Then you'd walk down a block or take the free mall ride. There's a free bus that runs along the way. Just walk on, walk off. And you would go and grab a drink at a bar and then take it down a couple more blocks, grab a bite at a restaurant. And, and also in the wintertime, you could go and you could take like, they'd have like horses and carriages and drink your hot cocoa while you get, taken up and down with like a pedicab or like whatever that may be. It was the spot to go. And then come COVID time, that is when traffic substantially died down, understandably so. And they also saw that as a good opportunity to come through and make a lot of the adjustments to it that honestly probably just did need to be made. Now, Will and I were just down there today filming, and the big change that I saw, I think these graphic renderings here, well, actually some of these are like actual photos, are doing it justice. So as you can see, you can't drive on these streets, but there are so many more usable spaces here, right? There were a lot of like planters and things like that beforehand that people would just kind of sit on. And obviously it's probably not the best over time, but they really brought a lot of usable spaces, sitting spaces, as well as walking spaces. That's the biggest thing that I saw. And ultimately, I think they will accomplish their mission of just driving more foot traffic down there, because the foot traffic is what feeds all of the restaurants and the businesses around there. And that's part of the fun of Denver. It's a year-round city to where you can just be outside, hanging out, working, and go on date night in the same place.
Agreed. Now, I will say this. It seems a lot more family-friendly. You've got a lot more space off the road. Like, you've got the road in the center, and you've got plenty of, like, off-road space for, like, walking and hanging. Right. Like, there wasn't a lot for kiddos, but now you've got like these fish, you've got some other turf areas and some nice seating and some little spots for kids to kind of run around and relax. Versus like before, man, it was just very kind of like the adults are going to kind of go down there and do their thing. And, I remember going down to 16th Street for like New Year's Eve and watch all the fireworks and cool. But there just wasn't a lot of like natural seating or just lounge areas or comfort spots for parents to just hang and their kids be able to kind of jungle gym on something. Definitely more family friendly.
Right. 100%. So this did finish this year. So this was a big project that needed to get done, that ultimately I think is going to do, really good things for Denver. And now that it's done, Will and I had to get down there today to go check it out, and it didn't disappoint. We got some awesome hot dogs down there. We were sitting on a cool turf area. There were some kids out there playing, and it was a good time. Will and I got to debate the origin of hot dogs and what's a real hot dog versus what's the best hot dog. You said
a real hot dog is beef, and I go, well, a real hot dog is pork, and I like beef better. I got it, but real is pork. Then we looked it up.
That's where we settled. Original and real, yes. The best, beef.
Okay, the best. We can go.
There we go.
But I mean, we ordered one of them. I can't remember the place where I wish we could give it a shout out. Was it something dogs? Dad's Dogs or
where? Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Maybe like Best Hot Dogs.
I can't remember. But it's really good when like you ordered one that I wouldn't have ordered and we split it, right? Like I had mine, you had one, and then we did one that we split. So we both had 1.5. And the one that we did the half on, I would not have ordered that. And it was good. So if if you're eating a dog that you wouldn't even normally order because the ingredients on it wouldn't be what you want, and it's still good, it's a good hot dog. It was a great tea place we were at where I got like a fizzy soda.
Joe's Fancy Dogs. That's what it was.
Joe's Fancy Dogs. And then it was also that boba place right next door. Yeah, BB. And I got like a fuzzy soda or something.
That's right.
Really good. Both of them really fun, really cool. The little lounge area was awesome. We had a great time down there. Definitely recommend.
All right. So next up, this is one that we have not talked to you guys yet about, but Denver breaks ground this year on their Civic Center Park renovation. All right. If you guys
all right, now make that sound awesome, Eli. Like if that would be like a headline in the Denver Post, pitch that, because this is bigger than people think. So if this were going to the Denver Post, like pitch me that thing. What would be the title of this?
Oh man, the pressure. Civic Center Park's major transformation. Denver will never look the same. Breaks ground in 2025. How about that? A little better?
We can make a short out of that on social media.
There we go. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Civic Center Park sits just outside of our Capitol building in downtown Denver. It's actually at the very start of the 16th Street Mall on the map that we just showed you. Now, this park historically, or at least the way that I'm familiar with it, is it's a pass-through park. You're not doing a whole lot there. It's right in between Lincoln Avenue and Broadway. It's kind of on its way into downtown Denver. You know, it is right near the Civic building, the Civic Center building. So if you guys have seen that big gold dome in Denver, that's the Civic Center building. And traditionally, this park has just really been a park for events, right? Like you might have, what's that food festival we have? Like the Westward Food Festival might be there.
Taste of Colorado.
Taste of Colorado has been there. I literally haven't been, but the 420 festivals are always there. So you'll always see.
Is there like a taco showdown? Like
yeah.
Denver showdown there?
They have had that there, but traditionally, guys, you know, the park is good for events. What it's not necessarily been good for is just utilizing it as a big park. Now, as you guys can see here, this is just one of the renderings. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys here. This is one of the renderings, and I mean, you'll see just how much more space they're going to be taking up. Right now, it's this building is there currently, but it probably just goes over to like this sidewalk. It's not very impressive right now. And they're just doing a complete redesign on this, complete as in $18 million facelift. And this is going to be a pretty quick one. They already broke ground just this past week, right in front of what they're calling, what do they call it? Like the Greek Center. Yeah, the Greek Amphitheater. And what they're going to be doing, they're going to be, so this says right here, it isn't clear how other events like Mile High 420 Festival and Pride Fest will adapt, but they're going to be shut down, and this is going to continue into 2027. So if you are a local in Colorado, don't plan on using the park for the next year and a half or so. But after that,
man, because there's a lot of holidays, right? We do like the Christmas tree lighting down there. You do any type of like, you know, professional sports like playoff or Super Bowl or World Championship parades down there.
Yep.
Parade of Lights is down there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens, and they do a lot of great stuff with the Capitol and the Civic Center. The park is where it could just be better to kind of house some of those things. And I'm sure they're going to be adding a ton of just different events throughout the spring and summer. But again, like you talk about the usability of it, it's always been this grand spot. It's right around, literally by the Capitol. You know, this is where like Colfax kind of like bends around into a circle and you kind of head downtown, but you're already downtown. What's that street? I can't remember, but it's in such a pinnacle spot. It's really cool to have more of a dynamic piece to it. It's going to be a great upgrade.
Oh, yeah. And I'll read just a couple of things that they're going to be doing here. So it says the Central Promenade this is adjacent to the park, will also be expanded with different walking paths to prevent congestion during large events. The new design, there will be a designated food truck court. That's cool. A designated garden plot, more trees, and eventually a cafe near the McNichols building. So
a food truck court, that's going to be awesome.
Food truck court. Yeah. So
because you get so many people down there for some of these parades or some of these events, but because it's like this standalone park kind of in the center of downtown across the street from the Capitol, there's not food there versus 16th Street or Larimer Square or you know, Market Street. Yep. And you're hanging out for events down there. Well, you're literally in the row of all of these restaurants, right? But when you're kind of isolated, as you guys can see from this photo, a lot of great stuff. But having a food truck court, like, what a cool idea. And it speaks to kind of the food culture that's popping up in Denver this past year or two. It's come such a long way. And we're kind of having a lot of fun with this whole food truck culture as well. I think that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, next up on our docket, this is, I would arguably say, the biggest new neighborhood play in Denver. This is the Fox Park neighborhood. It's going to house the new World Trade Center Denver location building, in addition to a new amphitheater, new hotels, this super cool new, what do we want to call this, Will? Indoor sports facility, indoor extreme sports facility, let's call it. It's that 100%. Your Wild. I was calling it Your World last time. I got to correct myself. It's Your Wild, but spelled WLD, where they are literally taking cave jumping or cliff jumping, cave diving, surfing, kayaking, ice climbing, all of those sports, and bringing that into an indoor facility.
They're taking Colorado and bringing it inside. So
Yes,
everything
yes.
you can think of doing in Colorado as like an extreme sport experience, rock climbing, cliff diving, cave diving, these crazy things, like it's all coming inside. And it's a really cool idea, and it's safer. Like, I don't know if I want to go diving into caves at 41. At least here, right? Like it's a lot safer, right? Mike, what's up, brother?
So, well, I'll show you guys some photos of what exactly that is going to be that your wild place we just mentioned. But
So
for
Fox
now,
Park, Eli, just to be clear,
yes.
so you're talking about just like that whole suburban area that's right around that as far as like neighborhood wise, or we just focus on the bigger developments of Fox Park?
Yeah, so really the bigger developments, because it's going to be some condos and apartments there, right? So I would say the residences are more of, let's say, an afterthought there. But this is going to be nestled up here. This is what I was looking for, between I-70 here on the north side, and then you've got I-25 running north and south here. You've got Globeville, which is a pretty notable neighborhood here on the right. But Fox Park is going to be just on the southwest side of I-25 and I-70, where the old Denver Post was.
I'm so glad you brought this up. You can just leave this right here.
Perfect.
Because Eli, absolutely. Eli, what's your favorite? Don't touch anything on the screens, but what's your favorite like downtown neighborhood?
Lohi.
Like not in downtown, but like right across the street of downtown.
Yeah, I'd say Lohi. Yeah, Lower Highlands.
You love the Highlands. That's
I
like
love
the thing.
Them. Yes.
If you weren't married to me and anchored down with all of our children in YouTube and real estate, and you were living the life as a sous chef in downtown Colorado, you'd be living in the Highlands and dating your life away, right? Got it.
Fair.
But a hidden gem that I've talked about that's not far from the Highlands, that is up and coming. It's still up and coming. It's a great spot. You've got great lots. Per cap, I think you have some of the most parks per square foot, per square whatever in this area. And Eli, it's one of my favorite up and coming areas. It's still affordable. A lot of great remodels and refurbishings have happened. You've got some scrapes that have happened there. A ton of equity in this neighborhood, and it's not too far from everything we're talking about. And the development we're talking about with the Civic Center Park is only going to make this neighborhood even more valuable. And that's Sunnyside, man.
Yes. Yep.
Sunnyside is such a fun spot. You've got traditional style Denver homes. You've got good sized backyards. You've got parks outside your front door. Very walkable, super awesome. It's not the Highlands. It's not fancy, but it's like a good, old school Denver neighborhood, man. But I'm telling you, this development here is going to make Sunnyside significantly more appealing because you kind of have the neighborhood ability of a Sloan's Lake. But, like Sloan's Lake has the lake, correct? Yep. And then it's got some new developments. We haven't quite talked about it, but a little bit. But it's got some cool developments at Sloan's Lake with the townhomes and some of the restaurants. Sunnyside is kind of just Sunnyside, right? But now that we start doing more of like the development around Civic Center Park, I know it's not necessarily in its backyard, but it's a lot closer than you might think comparably to this map. But Sunnyside, guys, on the far left.
Yep, right here.
That's about as cool, old school Denver neighborhood as you get. You've got some lovely homes there. If you want to buy one and refurbish it yourself, it's also a great option. But proximity to this World Trade Center and everything, to this neighborhood, like if you have been considering like living more downtown-esque or just more old school Denver neighborhood, but still want to make sure it's affordable, like that is a neighborhood you should be looking at and getting in 2026 right now. That 100%. Will skyrocket, dude. That's going to skyrocket.
Yeah, man, great point. I didn't even realize how close this was to Sunnyside and Highlands and Berkeley over here. There are so.
Dude, I know if we've got our phone number or maybe just like our link here in a second.
Yep.
Guys, if you're curious, hover over this QR code, set up a call with us, or just take a look at this relocation guide. It's free. It's mobile friendly. It's for you guys. That's our Zoom link. If you got specific questions on Sunnyside or anything else, we are in real estate. We are licensed realtors. We love helping you guys with your transition to Colorado. Or if you're already here, we love helping you sell and buy within Colorado. If you're leaving Colorado, we've got some team across the entire country that can help you. But more importantly, use these as resources wherever we can help you out. Reach out, let us know where we can help. But man, Sunnyside is going to be awesome, and then that surrounding area is going to be awesome to look at. Because Eli, man, as you get this World Trade Center more developed, and as you still get some new builds that kind of go to the west side, you're definitely not getting bigger lots. Like you're not getting anything inside of the city and county of Denver that's got anything to do with new builds that are bigger lots. Some of these older pre-existing neighborhoods that just come with those, well, you do get those bigger size lots. And again, with the World Trade Center having that level of development, man, Sunnyside is going to be ripper, dude. It's going to be ripper.
And just while we're on the page here, we haven't gone through this before, but they just have a few things noted here about Denver, which I personally think are worth sharing. Some of that stood out to me. Economic climate, fourth best state for business. 4.4% corporate and individual income tax. Only a 2.8% unemployment rate. Fourth best mid-sized city in the world for a startup business. Voted best city for women entrepreneurs. That's pretty cool. Really cool. Top 10 biggest airports in the world, and 7th fastest growing large labor market in the US. So all of these metrics right here are exactly why you're starting to see the amount of money that is just being poured into Denver with not just this project, but with the other projects that we're going over in this. And I haven't seen this many projects in, our entire 10-year career in real estate, or definitely before then. When
you look back, right, when you look back at the past 25 years, I know you were here for a lot of it. I was in the Marine Corps, so I was gone for about a decade doing some other stuff there. But when you look at some of these major ones that have happened, Eli, prior to all of these that would compare, I mean, the only one that really stands out is I know they built the Denver Broncos new stadium, and that was 10 years ago, give or take. Don't quote me.
I don't even know. Maybe
it's
longer.
A sports stadium, but dude, outside of that, like what the expansion to Union Station, and we could probably cover that on one of our lives. We could talk about it on one of our pre-existing videos where we just record. But the expansion to Union Station was great, and that was mainly because of the light rail that they brought to Denver. And then they've got these really cool luxury trains that start at Union Station. They take you all the way through the Rocky Mountains into Moab and back. It's like an overnight thing. They've got glass on the ceiling of this train. A lot of really cool luxury experience that you can do. But, man, outside of Union Station, I don't know what large expansion. Well, I mean, you got McGregor Square.
Yep.
McGregor Square is not these level. Correct. McGregor Square doesn't. So if you guys have ever seen McGregor Square, if we show McGregor Square, it's still a pretty small development compared to any of these. World Trade Center, the new stadium that's going in, Ball Arena's expansion, they all feel significantly bigger than McGregor Square, brother.
Yeah, it's hard to let me see. Let me move our pictures here.
McGregor Square is literally a square block. You've got a hotel, you've got a handful of townhomes, you've got some ground level commercial space with a tattered book cover or a Barnes and Noble. Yep. You've got some rentable office space. And then you've got this really cool center park inside of all the surrounding buildings on that square block where everyone can meet and watch the game on the big screens and hang out at the restaurants. And this is right across the street from Coors Field, where the Rockies attempt to play baseball. Don't get me started. See the Yankees hat, respect, right? But what the biggest thing though, right? And it's no disrespect to McGregor Square. It's awesome. I love McGregor Square. I'm just giving you guys context on these next projects that are coming up. Yeah. There's like 3 major projects in Denver that are happening that are significantly bigger than McGregor Square. And some of them they're not simultaneously they're all in the same phase at the same exact time, but they're all in their development phases now. I'm sure some will finish earlier than others, but they're all kind of going on these next 5 years, which is amazing.
Oh yeah. So this is just the heart of the immediate Fox neighborhood development. But just to highlight a couple of these things. So here's where they're putting the World Trade Center Denver complex. Basically, it's going to be massive office and retail space. Down here, we've got New Virgin Hotel, retail and entertainment. They're doing a new amphitheater and performing arts center here as well. And then you'll have a bunch more companies here. You've got some high street residential apartments that are coming in. Another office campus, and then more apartments here. So a lot of apartments, a lot of condos, a ton of entertainment, shopping and dining, and just cool experiences like the Your Wild place that we were talking about.
Agreed. Eli, I got a great question, a little bit off topic, but we've got a new realtor that's looking at getting the industry. It says, Vane's journey, about halfway through my real estate license course. Any advice for looking for mentorship and how to decide which brokerage to go for? Living in downtown currently, I will promise you, beyond the brokerage you go to, it's the people you're around that are going to matter most. If 100%. You look up Will Grimes on Instagram, super happy to just grab a personal phone call with you and either introduce you to what we do or introduce you to some colleagues we've got across the state that could be a great fit for you. And we know pretty much there is anyone there is to know in Colorado. We know in all different types of brokers, from Compass to Berkshire to where we're at. Whatever you need, happy to help. Congratulations on being halfway through. I remember when I was halfway through, it's very pivotal and you're nervous and you're starting this new journey. It's been great to Eli and I. We've literally provided for our families doing this. Much respect for starting a new journey. Man, it's like memory lane for me because it's my wife and I's 10-year anniversary. And I remember where I was at studying for my license.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And man, I hope you crush it. Reach out on Instagram, just Will_Grimes. You'll find me, throw me a DM. Happy to connect and get you answer some of your questions or just point you in the right direction where we can get you some help. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for being here on the live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Next up, guys, moving right along. If you guys are familiar with Ball Arena here in Denver, maybe you've been to a hockey game or a basketball game. Well, this is going to be one of the biggest before and after stories Denver has seen in a long time, right? We're not moving the Ball Arena. We're not doing anything like they are just completely redeveloping those giant empty parking lots, which is probably the biggest waste of space that we have in Denver right now. That is going to be this massive 55-acre complete redevelopment all around there that is literally going to turn parking lots into actual neighborhoods.
Correct.
Now,
correct.
We all know
Congrats again.
Sports is Will's cup of tea here. Or coffee.
Eli's above us sports fanatics. Eli is into jujitsu and meditation. He's like Eli is the stoic that competes against himself, not others. It's a real stoic position. He's real
only because I can't compete against
Buddhist,
only because I can't compete against other people. That's it.
Yeah.
Too much pressure.
No, it's awesome. And listen, I know we keep saying with Ball Arena that, hey, Ball Arena is staying there and that's it. It's everything else that's going to get built around it. However, we've been trying to dig for some information. We might have some more. Not that it's most important, but I bet they probably still drop another 100 million or 50 million into the actual stadium as far as like what they want to do. Because the stadium, as you build around it, maybe they want more entrances or they want the entrances to interact better with the ecosystem they're building around it. I'm guessing you're still going to get some updates, refurbishings, whatever you want to call it, to the stadium. But when you're looking now, just look at this. Nope, go back. Just look at that, guys. This is a great photo. Eli goes back. Does it go back?
Oh yeah, here I can do it. Yeah. Let me move
right there. Okay, you guys see what I mean? It's no disrespect to McGregor Square. We love McGregor Square. It's awesome. It's right next to the baseball stadium. But do you guys see what we mean when we talk about the level of development that's happening at Ball Arena, the new Bronco Stadium, or the World Trade Center? It's just significantly bigger than that square block. A lot of cool things to come. But this is what we mean when we talk about these developments and where Colorado is going and why, if there's places to live, I've been calling it for a while, and it's not just because I'm a native. Florida, Texas, these other places have had a lot of influx. They also have a revolving door of people leaving because of the extreme heat, the extreme humidity. They end up changing their mind. Colorado's retention is great. I know we still have people that leave the state, but in the direction of where we're going with these developments, this will become a more appealing place. And once people live here and they enjoy Four Seasons, and the business economics to it and just the flavor of what you get in Colorado, it is really hard to beat anywhere else you go. You start adding these major developments to it, you guys are starting to be in a place which only increases our real estate's economy when it comes to just overall equity and what you guys have in your personal properties. But this is amazing.
Well, and personally, I think this is a really good move from on Denver's standpoint, because what I like about this is like Denver has such a huge sports culture, yet someone like me isn't necessarily going down to hang around Ball Arena, right? Well, what this is going to do is this is going to create so much more usable space for the sports, but also for people to live, for grocery stores, for childcare, for just, hey, I just want to go and sit outside and enjoy the weather while I answer some emails. That's exactly what's going to be happening out here in this area, because right now it is literally just Ball Arena and parking. Right. So if we come back here to the page I was on before, let me get out of here. Yeah, this is a good one right here. So right here, as you guys can see, we have Auraria campus. Now, Auraria, if you guys aren't familiar with Auraria, that is where we have Metro State. College. We have what CU is there, or CSU has a satellite campus there?
Yeah, you have Metro State there, and you've also got CU Denver there. So it's from my understanding, it's a satellite school from actual CU Boulder. They've got their business school down there. A lot of really cool stuff about CU Denver.
So you've got Auraria campus, college campus here on the left. Right in the middle, you're going to have this gigantic ball arena development. And then just to the immediate right of that, we're going to dive into here after this is the River Mile development. So you have two of the biggest developments that are happening in Denver right now going on at the same time that is completely going to change the landscape and what it means to go downtown as we know it.
Everything you would miss about a major city, from New York to Chicago to, I mean, I think this will be bigger than like downtown San Diego. San Diego is amazing. I love traveling there. I'm not talking about personal preferences. I just mean overall size and everything. Like Eli, this is, I mean, it's not going to be as big as LA. Denver is not as big as LA. It's not as big as Chicago. It's not as big as New York, but you start getting these three major developments completed in these next 5 to 6 years. You start entering the level of this is now a major city, not just what they're calling a moderate. And it's hard to call it a moderate. I know we call it based off of whatever criteria they have, but Denver's been acting with our international airport and it literally being the biggest airport in the country. A lot of things that come in and out of Denver yearly. It's been behaving like a large city without being a large city. Right. This is now going to be putting some things on the map, and it's going to be really hard to figure out what Denver is missing that a major city has that we don't. And then on top of that, you add the livability and the nature and the recreational things and the business things you can do on top of it. This is really hard to beat, man. This is really cool.
It is. Now, I want to read you guys just a little bit of what we have in this article here to show you exactly what we're talking about here. So it says the redevelopment will include over 20% of the land area dedicated to parks and open spaces. That's awesome. Colorado, that's classic Colorado right there, which includes a 5-acre privately owned and publicly accessible signature park unique to the Denver's park system and located at the heart of the development. The park will be designed to host large outdoor events, concerts, festivals, exhibitions, and corporate partnerships, and pre-game and post-game activities for game day patrons, as well as recreational sports camps, tournaments, and seasonal activities. The signature park design intent will be for daily activation by downtown Denver residents, as well as becoming a must-see destination for visitors. Also worth noting, it says the plan creates a lively street corridor along Wine Coop, which is toward the end of the 16th Street Mall stop that we were talking about before.
Wine Coop is great. Now, Wine Coop is toward the end of 16th Street, like you talked about, that kind of like puts you right up and rests right up toward Union Station.
Yes.
These things are really starting to like bleed together, which is so cool, man. Like, listen, I know I'm on a soapbox with Colorado. These are just things that you guys have to look at. If you're coming to Colorado, these are things you should be absolutely excited about. There's a lot of really cool things about like a Dallas and other stuff. Like we're doing all of that here. Like you're going to get the River Mile here, as in our river walk versus River Mile. Like you're getting the Platte River that's coming out of the Rocky Mountains, going through the heart of downtown, and the amenities of things that they've done in major cities that just don't have the landscape and the livability and the atmospherics of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. So you're getting the things from major cities that you guys want. And probably one of the best states you'd like to live in. And it's like you get to have your cake and eat it too now is what I think I'm getting at. And again, we've been around a long time. This is really cool as far as like just seeing 2025 by itself, all of these things that have come to fruition that will now be in the docket for completion is just so cool, man.
Yeah, that's right. Now, the one project that has been in the works for the longest, it's been kicked down the road many times, is the River Mile project. But
I thought for sure you were going to say Eli buying Will lunch.
Yeah, he did buy lunch today. Will did buy lunch today. Forgot my wallet, surprisingly.
Inside joke. He pays plenty of lunches.
Now, what's so exciting about the River Mile project, let me go ahead and share this. So as I'm talking, you guys can start seeing what exactly this looks like here. Now, what's so exciting about the River Mile project and why it's been kicked down the road so long is that ownership has been, I guess, like wonky to say the best. Well, the same guys that are in charge of the Ball Arena development have now purchased the rights to the River Mile development. So now we do feel like it is in good hands with some Denver natives with deep pockets who are going to take this project to completion. Now, right now, the River Mile sits just what will be next to the Ball Arena development, and it sits near Six Flags, or Elitch's, as it's called here in Denver now. And this area, as Will said, the Platte River runs right through downtown. Again, we have a really cool river that runs right downtown. It goes completely unused, right? Well, with the exception of like a couple little areas downtown where maybe some locals know and they can go down there and sit there have lunch. But there's a huge stretch of the river that runs right past downtown that you just can't get to. The river's not the nicest. You're not going to walk down to it. Well, they've already this year they're starting with the river. So they're revamping the river, getting that accessible, getting that clean, getting it flowing. And now after this is where all of these cool graphics that we're looking at right now are going to start taking play.
Now, just for clarity, the river flows.
The river flows, yes.
As more water, right. And guys, they have to start with the river. This isn't man-made. This is a real river coming out of the Rocky Mountains, right? Like they're moving a lot of land, a lot of earth to widen the river, to do different things about it that create all these recreational spaces. It's a lot more work as far as like the earth movers than it is to just build a building, right? So some things just take a while. They also have to protect and preserve certain things while they're doing this, right? So definitely a lot of sensitivity around it. Maybe it's the native in me. I just think this is so cool when you can literally bring the amazing aspects of just the nature side of Colorado, how cool it is to live right up against the Rocky Mountains, and then have it brought right downtown. And it's always been that way, but it's not just like the river that you can kind of drive over on the bridge or kind of hang out next to. Like they're literally immersing it into activity for you to enjoy at scale. And it's so cool.
So I think this paragraph here summarizes it well. It says the River Mile is actually will be three neighborhoods. Wow. Each one distinct yet complete in itself, integral mix of culture, residences, workplaces, retail, dining, and nature, with its own special relationship to the river. So when fully built out, the River Mile will embody a lively, organic sort of diversity. And in the meantime, as each neighborhood emerges in succession, it will have everything a great neighborhood should. So right here, this is essentially what they're going to be putting in. So out of this, the complete River Mile, 47% will be offices, 41% residential, 5% hotel, so 790,000 square foot hotel, 3.5% retail, 0.5% belongs to Meow Wolf, which that's a whole other project in and of itself. And then 2.5 community institutional. But this is essentially what it is going to be looking like. These are the three different neighborhoods: the Banks, the Bend, Headwater. And personally, what I love about all of these developments, if you guys have noticed, whether it's Ball Arena, Fox Park, River Mile, they're adding residences to all of these places. And they're specifically focusing on apartments and condos and just more affordable types of housing and living in Denver, because
just a more modern way of living, dude. Like, you know, when you're
100%.
looking at little studio apartments or little one-bedroom townhomes, like those things are doable and they can make them affordable. And people don't necessarily need a ton of square footage, but they like luxury finishes, right? So it's amazing how you can just get a lot more modern with utilizing 1,000 square feet, 700 square feet, 600 square feet. But like, it's really cool with how they're doing this. Obviously, like they've pulled a lot of just data and different things that they've done in other major cities and then made the improvements to it. So what we're going to be doing with square footage downtown is amazing. Now, if you don't live downtown or you don't desire to live downtown, the different suburban areas that we cover with single family homes from Sunnyside to, you know, South Park Hill to Wash Park to Southeast Aurora and Castle Rock and Littleton and you name it, all the above, the commute in and out of Denver is still being taken care of. These are things that we've watched them address and prepare for since. Even like in the North Springs, we've covered that a little bit. There's been a lot of development in North Colorado Springs. So we've covered Castle Rock down to North Springs and the different things they've done with the roadway to prepare as well for influx of traffic. And that's something I feel personally, Denver's always kind of stayed on top of, Eli. I feel like they're still staying on top of that. So whether you want to live down here or not, your ability to be there and enjoy it, or to commute down on the weekends or during the week to enjoy it for a concert, for a sporting event, for just downtown shopping and enjoying a spring or summer day or fall day, more than doable when it comes to the overall commute. Obviously enhancing the light rail further than they already have. The fact that that's going to be going right through the Denver Broncos Stadium. this is really cool because it's going to be for all of Colorado, man. It's not just, like in other major cities, like you kind of enjoy the downtown if you live there, but it's so hard to get in and out of. That's not going to be the case here. This is literally going to be so many different developments that you can enjoy, whether you're living there or commuting. It's for all of Coloradans, and it's really cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I think I'm the most excited on this call than I have been. And we've done a lot of these lives. I just like looking at 2025 and how much has been initiated and what they've committed to. It's like, man, we're finally starting to come full circle. They've done a great job with 470, E470, C470, and some of the expansions that I bet were just needed before all of this started. But we've been behaving like a major city, just not being one for a long time. I know you felt it. You not being in real estate, I think we're just kind of on the pulse of that, with people that are either living here and making their own commute or they're moving to here. But I feel like these developments are really just that next thing that brings us to that next level of enjoyment, of livability. But again, you see these in major cities. We've been to major cities. We teach realtors around the country what we do. We've got realtors around the country on our team that do what we do. And you've got some really cool cities out there, but they don't have the Rocky Mountains.
Yes.
So the fact that we're going to have what some of these major cities have, but then we also have the landscape and the nature, and I'm jazzed up. I feel like my mom tonight. Like I mean, she's a native of Colorado. Rest in peace. She passed away a couple of years ago, but I mean, she was just a super fan, and I feel like I'm not a fan just because we're in real estate and we love what we do and we work. It's like, no, man, I'm a fan because I've lived here my entire life, minus other careers that sent me other way and overseas and whatever, but this is home. This is where I raise my family. When you're rooting for the home team and you see these things happening, it's like, man, this is so cool.
It is. And, I think with these developments too, that we've talked about, which we have one more here to share with you guys.
Cool.
But these developments here, this is solving what, we've learned is one of Denver's biggest issues right now is the walkability of Denver. Right. Yeah. And I think for all the pros that Denver has, all the outdoor activities and things like that, you're accustomed to just driving to things that you want to do. But for your just day-to-day life, downtown is not the most walkable. Certain parts of it are, but they're few and far between.
It's because the things you're going to do downtown are so they're just segregated between the Rocky Stadium and the Bronco Stadium or Ball. It's like they're just far apart enough to where like walking to the different things, you're just crossing businesses. And think about like now you've got these experiences that are connected because of the light rail. They're being connected by these trails that they're putting in for walks and mountain bikes and the trails to connect all these major hubs. There's actually things to do and reasons to walk around as well, right? Like you're going to want to walk around and experience some of these.
Now, finally, our last and biggest project of 2025 here in Denver, arguably the biggest real estate headline in 2025 and one that is most likely going to be the biggest one that completely reshapes the look of Denver is the new Broncos Stadium.
Yeah, man.
Now, let me show you guys some of these things because this is just absolutely.
The Broncos Stadium, and then again, like it's an ecosystem. You're having all these townhomes and condos. Like you're having all of the added living space around this thing.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about where this is going. So let me show you guys some of these renderings here, so you can get a feel for exactly what they're doing. So the Broncos Stadium, which again, our current stadium, hasn't been there that long. It's a good stadium, right, Will? Like it's a good stadium.
And they just added $100 million to it, right? Like from the screens to just the other things. I'm not even quite sure what they've all done to it. We don't go there too often. But what it is for sure is a standalone stadium.
Yes.
It's right on the west side of I-25 compared to everything like Metro State and everything else is on the east side. But it's a stadium and then a parking lot surrounding the stadium. And there isn't and then you've got Sloan's Lake that isn't too far. Yep. That's just west of it and some suburban areas, but it's just a standalone stadium. Some of these renderings you guys are looking at for the new stadium, you see all these added buildings and living space and commercial space that's being added to the overall environment. Like this is a 12-course meal. Like this is not going to McDonald's and ordering a burger and then it's just a burger and put the burger on the plate. Like me, I'm eating a protein brownie. That's it, standalone. While my family upstairs they're getting into it. That's a 12-course meal. It's incredible what they're doing, man.
Yes. Now let's show you guys where it is currently and where it is going to be. So right now we've got I-25 running right through here. You've got pretty much downtown Denver right here, just north of Colfax. And then if I zoom in just a little bit, you're going to see Empower Field at Mile High. This is the current Broncos Stadium. Well, the new Broncos Stadium is going to go just southeast of that. So we're south of Colfax here. Down here where it says Burnham Yard, this is where the new Broncos Stadium is going to be moved, which, again, I'm personally excited because this is such an industrial area right here. There's old train tracks and things. There's old warehouses. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing area.
Oh, it looks like where Eminem would hang out in that movie 8 Mile.
Dude,
you know, it's like
100%.
you cross like that. Those train tracks is 8 Mile. Like I can see like someone telling you, like, "Hey, get your ass across 8 Mile." Oh, hey, sorry. Like, and you got to go across these tracks and go hang out in one of these old metal shops. You know, like it
nailed it.
Kind of looks like that. Yeah,
you nailed it with that.
Shout out to Eminem. We love you, dude. Great movie.
So we're looking at 58 acres. All right. Let me read a little bit of this for you guys. So it says the plan envisions a vibrant mixed-use neighborhood just south of the stadium, a 58-acre area currently dominated by surface parking lots sitting vacant most of the year. Development of this land would create a regional destination with one-of-a-kind game day and special event experiences while providing a variety of new housing options, jobs, activities, amenities, and integrated access to regional transit and waterways. The new plan also aims to better connect the surrounding core districts through an efficient and functional use of multimodal uses in walkable, bikeable, and transit-oriented environments, aka walkable, right? They're making all of these places connected. So here's a really good graphic right here that will show you guys essentially. Let's see here. Here we've got Lincoln Park. Yeah. So here's I-25, or no, that's Colfax. Here's I-25 right here. Here's River Mile. Here's Auraria. Here's where Ball Arena is going to be. This is currently
already there.
Yeah, correct. The Ball Arena development. And then they don't have it marked right here, but let's see. How am I looking at this wrong? Because this is a current stadium, right? We've got Colfax. We've got I-25. The new development, they're moving just to the southeast side of that Burnham Yard area.
Yep.
Let's see here. Lower Colfax.
And I think what that, so see the stadium right here. If you stay right here, I think what that graphic is trying to depict is you've got the stadium there, and then everything development-wise is going to be south of the stadium. And then depending on how it works, I'm not sure if the train will stop under and then go back out, or if it completely goes all the way through. These are just certain things that we don't know.
Yeah,
but that's a great. So Eli, stay right there. That's a great look of like an aerial view of a Monday night football game, and we're in Denver. Like you've got the stadium, and then you've got all the development that goes just below. So I think that orange highlighted areas where they're highlighting the development side. That's going to be the stadium. I'm not sure if they use the right photo because it looks like they're adding on to the pre-existing stadium, but that's not true. The stadium we have right now, the stadium is going to be moving. Now, there is plans, and I did see some things online. We haven't covered it yet. We will be covering it. There are plans for more livability space and commercial space for where the current stadium is right now. They do have some plans for what that will turn into. But, Eli, I think that orange highlight outline was just really them showing – because, see, everything you're seeing in these photo renderings – is all south of the stadium.
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
So
thank you for that.
They're showing you, because this is also on the east side of the highway. You've got 6th Avenue. I feel like they're showing you how it's going to integrate into the actual highways.
And guys, this is, if there's one team in Colorado that I could probably get behind, it is the Broncos. We have such good football culture here.
Now I need to hold on.
Let's hear it.
Because there could be locals watching. Listen to me.
I feel like
Avalanche fans will whoop your ass for saying that.
Okay.
Avalanche culture here. They've been backing our hockey team for a long time. We have won the Stanley Cup several times. And I will say our newest not unsung, but our newest heroes are the Denver Nuggets. We just won a championship 2 years ago. We've got a great record right now, and we look very promising. For the longest time growing up, we were not contenders for basketball, the Denver Nuggets. They just weren't. Right. They were behaving like the modern-day Colorado Rockies. Worst record in history. But right now, it's been rebuilt. They are crushing. You've got some great Nuggets fans, but definitely the Avalanche fans, man, they're pretty diehard, and we got a great team. But, I guess – but here's where you are correct, Eli. Going to a football game is just a whole other experience. You go on a Sunday night or Monday night football at Mile High Stadium. I don't care what new stadium's getting built. It's Mile High. That's how it goes.
There we go.
It's ripper, man. And you do, and I would say the where you are also correct, Elias. You probably have Avalanche fans, Nugget fans, and Bronco fans that are all Bronco fans, right? Not all Bronco fans like hockey. Not all Bronco fans like basketball, but Nugget fans and hockey fans all like football, and football fans like football. And it's a great time, and it's a great time to be in Denver because we all have some of the best records in each other's leagues when it comes to basketball, hockey, and football right now. So the energy and the competition and the atmosphere of being down there and participating has been amazing. I can only imagine what that's going to be with these new developments.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And, I think, with all these developments that we talked about, guys, the biggest thing here is, I think we're going to be attracting a lot of outside eyes. I love the fact that we're going to be adding so many new jobs to our economy, so much more housing opportunities for people and walkable housing opportunities. If you want to come to Colorado and, be able to live, work, and enjoy your surrounding areas in one location, like this is it. And Colorado
is your investment. Like obviously you guys know we're in real estate. This is the thing that we do. And when you guys are purchasing, whether it's a townhome, a condo, or a single family home, whatever it looks like, whether you're in suburbia or downtown, you want to make sure that your investment is in a good state. If you're here and you want to stay, if you're coming here and you're coming from somewhere else, hey, what does my home look like? What does my equity look like moving forward? You're going to get a lot of rhetoric in real estate. It really just comes down to, hey, what direction is that state moving in? And then what support do you have? What facts or evidence you have to support said statement? And then how does that reflect your equity? And as you guys can see, just based off of the direction of Colorado and where it's going and where they're rating our economy, where they're rating our business, where they're rating our business for women in business, and then all these developments that support that, this is going to be an extremely strong state and a great contender. It's always been great for when it comes to equity. You had great equity in your homes. Even through 2008, we were one of the lesser states that were hit as hard. Through COVID, we've survived really well. It's been very stable, and it's only looking like it's getting stronger, and you've got more to look forward to. So when it comes to where do I rest my head? Where do I invest my money into a personal home, or where do I put my family when it comes to school districts, overall development that's coming to the state, the economy, the business side? A lot of things are looking great there. If you guys have questions on that, right, we've got the book a call QR code here. If you guys want to book a call with myself or Eli to just ask your specific questions, you guys can also text that number that's down below. And if you text us the word guide, we can also get you our relocation guide. It's literally 40 pages. It's mobile friendly, covers everything you're going to know when it comes to relocating to Denver. In addition to, we've also covered some area guides in there that just give you some more specifics on certain areas that we think could be a good fit for you.
That's right.
Either way, a lot to really look back at and really be excited for it. And again, you hear a lot of things in real estate, but these things matter when it comes to, out of anywhere we could be, why would we be here? And what does that look like moving forward for the next 5, 10, 15 years of our own, real estate business as owning your own personal home.
Now, going forward, little teaser for this upcoming Saturday.
Yes.
Toward the end of the year, guys, we can't help but get a little nostalgic and like recapping things with you, right? So like on Saturday, we're talking about our top 10 questions we've got asked this year from our lives, from comments on our videos, and just our YouTube community in general. We're covering our top 10 questions that we always get that I'm sure you guys are going to want to know. And then next Tuesday before the new year, today we talked about the biggest projects that launched in 2025. Now we're going to be looking about what's coming in 2026, the biggest projects you have to look forward to, and some of those you guys have not heard of.
Correct, because some of these we've talked about tonight technically are coming forward because they're going to be getting built the next 3, 5, 7 years, depending on on the phases that they're in. Some of them are going to take 7 years, some take 3. So we're going to be talking about these for a long time and giving you guys updates on details, et cetera, but there's something that we haven't quite talked about. And we're also going to be covering some things as far as suburban areas and master plan communities that are also coming in 2026 and getting back out into the neighborhoods, and also covering some of those livable areas that you guys are very excited about that a lot of our clients also tend to purchase in.
Yes. Yeah. So super excited for that, guys. We love seeing you guys, especially the recurring faces that are on here every week. We appreciate you guys. You guys have a Merry Christmas. Have a great rest of your week. And then we will see you guys before the new year.
See you on Saturday for another video. If you guys have questions, please feel free to reach out. And again, love and appreciate you all. Thank you for everything that you guys do for us and being able to support our families through the business that you guys trust us with helping your guys' family with your move.
All right. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time.